What up? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And look at you. You done stumbled upon little OTB Saints, where we bring you all the latest black and gold coverage.
Who are the Saints going to draft? Who's going to be their quarterback? What does the salary cap look like? All that information and more.
Hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe. I do want to talk a little New Orleans Saints here, though. Don't look now. Winners of 2 in a row. And I love optimism. I'm a naturally optimistic person. I love getting way out over your skis with small sample sizes of positive evidence, right? It's why I had convinced myself after the Saints started 2-0 that they were legitimately one of the best teams in the NFL. Now I got proven very wrong. But have we had our Rascal Flatts moment? Right? Did you have to go through the broken road to finally get Dennis Allen fired? Because if you had maintained being good, who knows how long Gumsmack and Mickey would have kept DA around just to spite you. Like, even if you'd been like 4-5, right? If you have 4 wins, 5 wins. Like, it took an absolute disaster to finally force Mickey's hand. And, well, look at the results since, and you can see just what a bad job DA was doing. As one of the hallmarks was, you can never finish. Now you have finished. You finished twice in a row. And, Jake, wouldn't you know it, people are talking about whether or not the Saints can win the NFC South. And I know that sounds insane because who knows the last time that you've checked in on the NFC South standings. You're probably thinking like, oh, well, the Bucs are good, right? Well, no, the Bucs have completely fallen apart. They've lost 4 in a row. They're 4-6. They're injured to all hell. Well, the Falcons are good, right? Well, no, the Falcons are now 6-5. They've lost 2 in a row from 6-3. So you're half a game behind the Tampa Bay Bucs. You're 2 games behind the Atlanta Falcons. And, well, I mean, if you look at schedules, maybe you could argue you have a slight advantage a little bit. You got the Rams, the Giants, the Commies, the Packers, and the Raiders, and then the Bucs. So you have a chance to get that game directly back on them. The Falcons got the Chargers, the Vikings, okay?
Yeah.
But then they get Raiders, Giants, Commies, Panthers. So, like, you know, they might do okay there.
Commies still pretty good there, Bo.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, for sure. But the point is, it's kind of it's crazy that the Saints can even consider this somewhat of a legitimate conversation. Now, if I'm being coldly analytical and taking my emotion out of it, do I actually believe that the Saints will win the NFC South? No, I do not. 2 games is a lot in the NFL to overcome where the margins are so razor thin. Also, I'm still, again, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Well, you ain't gonna fool me twice.
I mean, right? Like, well, I will probably get fooled multiple times. And really, I mean, personally, my heart is fooled. My brain tells me, though, this is still a deeply flawed Saints team that has put together a couple of nice wins, but how sustainable is it really? That's what I'm going to be fascinated to see. Because Taysom Hill said after the game, asked, how has Darren Rizzi done such a good job of turning this team around? Said, quote, I think Riz has done a really nice job of communicating with the guys in the locker room. We'd have a lot of meetings, private meetings. He go on to say that Rizzi has a pulse on what the team needs collectively and that guys have responded. So Darren Rizzi, living up to his name, quite literally rizzing the Saints players up all the way into the win column. Can you keep it going? Again,
But it's like we talked about.
I'm not sure, but you're at home this Sunday. If you beat the Rams, Jake, if you beat the Rams at home this Sunday, then I actually will start to, my mind will start to go where my heart already is. And maybe I will start to believe that maybe you can make a run at this thing.
Yeah, it's like we talked about yesterday. Special teams coordinator always has the entire team's ear. Like, he talks to the entire team the entire time that he's there. And you heard that in the answer from Taysom Hill. Dennis Allen did not. Dennis Allen didn't certainly have the same effect on the offense. Maybe he did with the defense. Maybe. That's a maybe.
Yeah.
But your special teams coordinator, I'm just telling you, man, being in that building, he has got everybody on his side. And you feel that. You can tell that. And there's offensive players that have gained confidence, I think, from that. There's offensive players that have kind of been laid out what the plan is for them, like a Taysom Hill. Hey, here's what we're going to do with you. Derek Carr's played better. The offensive line's played better. You've got receivers off the street that have played better. The tight end group has gone up. Everybody's been elevated. And I think it's a clear picture of what we expect from you, where it wasn't that with Dennis Allen.
Also, I mean, look, man, again, let the praise be as loud as the hate was, but Trevor Penning's a okay tackle. He's actually been really good at run blocking. Like he's graded out. Hasn't he graded out as one of the better run blocking tackles in the league?
Yeah.
Thus far. And our guy's okay at pass blocking. Taliesin Fuanga. Again, I love the potential of him. Playing left tackle in the NFL as a rookie is an absurd thing to be asked to do. He's acquitted himself well. AK's coming online. MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, finally being treated or getting the opportunity to be an unquestioned number one. You got guys believing. The vets coming back. Cam Jordan, Demario Davis refining their stroke. We'll see, man. We'll see. It's crazy how quickly my emotions have gone up and down this Saints season. On top of the world, in the pits of despair. Let's go ahead and tank. So let's go ahead and win. And that's where I find myself at now. Just win, baby. We'll figure out the quarterback stuff. We figure it out, right? Maybe you're a couple years away. Maybe something breaks your way. Maybe you get it. Like, I don't know. We'll figure that out when that time comes. But go win. Go make it 3 in a row in the game. Go beat the Los Angeles Rams, a team that you still owe and will always owe a bit of revenge to for that awful 2018 Nolan no call. And look, right now, Derek Carr probably playing the best football of his entire career, at least one of the best stretches of his entire career. And a lot of that due to Clint Kubiak and the offense that he has put together. So I can't wait, man. Let's see. Let's see what happens Sunday, Rizzy. Can you keep it going? And it's against the odds. It's an uphill battle. They should not be able to keep it going. They're still the same deeply flawed roster and team that they were before. They're just a bit more healthy now. And they're playing with a bit more belief. And they got a coach that they believe in, that is inspiring them. So we'll see, man.
This is the group that you have moving forward. So it's not like, the guys that are out and you're not getting those guys back. Like this is the team. And honestly, like once you figure that out, you can kind of move forward and you're not waiting and not even making excuses, but you're just like, yeah, man, if we had this guy or when we get that guy back, I mean, outside of Eric McCoy, like the roster kind of is what it is. Like we know Olave is going to be out. Mm-hmm. Paulson Adebo, Rashid Shaheed, like, oh, those guys aren't coming back. And so you kind of know who you're rolling with. But I promise you, it does help you. And you know what you have moving for. Like Bub Means isn't coming back. These receivers off the street.
No, not Bub Means.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm saying these receivers off the street, like because those 3 receivers that I mentioned, they're all on IR.
Yeah.
So MVS.
Pettis.
Whoever.
Austin.
Right? That's who you're rolling with, and like they've played well. They've given you plays. Like you're not trying to undrafted free agent rookie anymore. Like you're moving forward.
As a Saints fan, you want to talk about a particularly fine vintage, an Atlanta Falcons collapse with all the money and all the big time names that they have on that offense, and you're gonna roll out there with the bad news Bears. You're going to roll out there with just a team of cast-offs and no names, also rans. And if you manage to steal the division from them, are you kidding me? Again, I want to talk about this now because who knows, this could all change Sunday and it could all evaporate again, right? But damn, that's a nice fantasy. And a particularly succulent vintage. Wow, just amazing black and gold takes right there, Jake.
I don't think I've ever heard any takes that are better than the 2 guys that just gave you that take.
And you can keep getting them by going ahead and liking, subscribing, ringing the bell to get notifications when we post. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next OTB Saints.